It is Saturday. This would normally be one of the days I would probably be doing one of my game streams. This month it would be Final Fantasy month, so I'd be doing Final Fantasy VI. But I wanted to jump on a little early and kind of talk about things. Sort of an impromptu AMA, and I also wanted to ask you guys some questions. Nobody's really here yet, so yeah, I guess we won't go to the questions just yet. First answer to the question nobody has asked. This is water. It's not vodka. This is what I'm drinking. I sometimes I like to. It's actually a lemonade bottle, Calypso lemonade. I like to save these because they're nice, sturdy glass, and yeah, and I'll refill these and reuse them with just water. And so I drink out of these a lot. Sometimes people ask me, "What are you drinking?" Because they see clear liquid in a glass bottle and might think it's something else. It's not vodka, it's water. I would be a lot more drunk if I was drinking more vodka like this, I think. But part of the reason I wanted to do this is I just wanted to know, because I've been really more active on my channel this past year than previously, just because I've got the equipment to actually do what I want to do now. My schedule's still been kind of iffy, but I've been working on it. I've actually been active more so on on the streams of another Raven's Nest Entertainment member, Arlen Yuki, also known as my friend Cody. We do our Borderlands 2 show over there for Passport Adventure. So I've been a little more active with that than I have been, and also just kind of sort of co-hosting his streams more often than my own lately. This time of year is not one of my favorites. I kind of slow down and lose a lot of motivation to do things this time of year. So I'm not as active as I should be or would like to be, and I'm sorry about that. But I do mean to do some more Final Fantasy VI tonight. But that's another thing I wanted to talk about. I want to know, and again, nobody's here really to interact just yet, but I'm going to throw this out here now. And if you're watching this later, because it will be saved to YouTube, if you're watching this later, go ahead and answer in the comments below. Do you guys who watch my channels like when I do themed months? What do I mean by that? Earlier this year in July was Metal Gear month, so I played nothing but Metal Gear games during that month. October, that was a different story. October was supposed to be Spooktober, where I play horror games. A couple things happened with that. So one of the games I was going to be playing was Sweet Home, and I stopped doing that really early on because a couple days after my first episode, a YouTuber by the name of Pro Jared, maybe you've heard of him, also started doing Sweet Home. He didn't know I was doing it. He could probably care less that I was doing it. He doesn't know I exist. I'm not bitter about that. But it did kind of kill my motivation to do that game, because I started it and then 2 days later a really big name YouTuber started doing it. I'm not known. He is. I didn't really want people to think that I was trying to copy him, even though I started mine a couple days early. And I mean, I could have continued doing it, but that really kind of killed my motivation. I mean, it was completely coincidental. It was completely coincidental. Like I said, he didn't know I was doing it. He doesn't even know who I am. But it did kill my motivation for it. That said, I did have other games to play, but that month I also got a really bad tooth infection, which killed my motivation to do anything. I didn't stream for the rest of the month after that hit me. It was bad. My face was totally swollen up. It was painful for me to talk. Another themed month I was going to do In November, I was going to do Zelda Month, which was started back in 2010, I believe, by Peanut Butter Gamer. So I was going to do my own Zelda Month to kind of honor that and pay respects to his Zelda Month. That was also very short-lived just because of Nintendo's behavior. They weren't doing this on my videos, but my partner Cody was also starting to do his own Zelda Month videos for the Raven's Nest Entertainment channels, and Nintendo kept hitting his videos with content IDs. And I mean, it was really stupid. Just like content IDs for in-game music, content IDs for just playing the game. We got sick of it. So that actually led us to put a ban on all first-party Nintendo games on our channels. No more first-party Nintendo games will be streamed on his channels or on mine. So, you know, and that's because Nintendo apparently doesn't like free advertising. It's not like we're making money off of these. My channel is not monetized. I'm not making a dime. I'm not even making a cent. Neither is Cody. So yeah, we just put a ban on that. So Zelda Month is not going to happen anymore, ever, at least on our channels. And then this month, I started to do Final Fantasy Month, which I've done like 6 episodes of so far. But what I want to know is, you, the viewers, what do you guys think of those themed, not just Final Fantasy Month, but just themed months in general? Do you guys like it? Do you guys not like it just at all? Do you guys not like it because maybe we're not playing the games that you want to watch? Me, I wanted to do Final Fantasy VI for my first Final Fantasy Month because it's my, not just my favorite Final Fantasy game, but my favorite game of all time. But maybe Final Fantasy VI isn't interesting to you guys, and that's fine. I'm willing to play something else. I have other Final Fantasy games I could play. Or maybe you just don't care about themed months at all. Maybe you just want to watch whatever. And that's fine too. You know, let me know what you guys think. Do you like themed months? Do you not like themed months? Do you like themed months but maybe you don't like the game that's going on? You know, whatever. Just let me know. That's what this is for. And also just for you guys to ask me questions in general about myself, about Old Crow Gaming, about Raven's Nest Entertainment, which I'll have, I think I've got links below on YouTube, but you can check us out on Facebook, and we've got links to everybody's channels who's part of Raven's Nest. So ask away, ask here while we're live. If you're watching this later, ask in the comments below on YouTube. I'll answer them. If you're on Facebook and you're a part of the page on Facebook, or if you're just joining the page, ask away. I'm on. While we're waiting, just trying to think of anything else. I don't really have any other themed months planned. It was pretty much just Spooktober, Metal Gear Month, Final Fantasy Month. Zelda Month is no longer going to be a thing. Sorry, guys, those of you who are Zelda fans. What's coming in the future? 2018's got a bunch of games coming out. Monster Hunter World. If you like Monster Hunter, or if you're interested in Monster Hunter, maybe you're curious about it, over on Raven's Nest Entertainment, when that comes out, we'll be doing our Lobby live stream. We've got a set team starting from the beginning, going till we get tired of it, for Monster Hunter World. So we'll be playing that when that comes out, which I believe is January 26th. Couple months later, we've got the Secret of Mana remake coming out, which I'll be playing. What else? What else is coming out? Bloodstained. What is it? Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, by Koji Igarashi, the father of the Metroidvania games. That'll be coming out at some point in 2018, and I'll be playing that as well. Nothing. Hey, James Yoder, thanks for coming on, and Merry Christmas to you and your family, too, or Happy Holidays. I don't know if you do Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever, but Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to you. Thank you so much. What else is coming up? I mean, middle of the year, we got more Metal Gear Month. I'll be doing some other stuff then. Yeah, that's what's going on. It's now open to questions. If you guys want to ask anything, ask away. Crow is here to answer your questions to the best of my ability. You do Christmas. Awesome. Christmas is awesome. I don't really, I mean, I have like a family holiday that I do with my son and I. When I have presents to give my son, I get really eager to give them, and I tend to give them early. His mother and I are not together, but it's like a 50-50 thing. He's with me part of the time, he's with her part of the time. And she doesn't do Christmas at all. She's of a religion that does not do Christmas, so we've agreed to do like a family holiday thing. But you know, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, my own holiday, Happy Decemberween, just happy holidays in general. I'm of the mind that if you go out of your way to just wish me any kind of happy holiday, I mean, you could tell me, you know, Happy Memorial Day in the middle of December. I wouldn't care. I'd be happy that you said something. I am of the mind that we should just be, to quote Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, we should just be excellent to each other. So thank you for that. I really do appreciate that. That's awesome. And thank you also for being here. Did you have any questions? Sorry, there is a bit of a delay between me talking and what actually appears on my screen, just because that's just how live streaming works. I think it's like a 10-20 second delay, something like that. It depends. I do have faster internet now, so hopefully it won't be as much of a delay, but just because of the nature of live streaming, there will be a little bit of a delay. What modern consoles do I own? What's the cutoff year for modern? The newest one I own is a PlayStation 4. I have a PlayStation 4, I have a Wii U, I had an Xbox 360, but I sold that because I didn't play it. Going earlier than that, I have a Wii. Well, I have 3 Wiis. I have a bad habit. I can't stay out of thrift stores. I am always going into Goodwill and Salvation Army looking for video game stuff, because you never know what you're going to find at a thrift store. And a couple weeks ago, I actually found a Wii there that I bought to resell. I already have 2 Wiis in the house. I have one in my living room, and then my son's got one in his room. So yeah, as far as modern consoles, if we're just going back within the last 10-15 years, we've got the 2 Wiis, we've got PlayStation 4, a Wii U. I also have a PlayStation 3. So that's our modern stuff. I've heard the Switch is really good. How are you liking the Switch, Mr. Yoder? I thought the Switch was a cool idea. However, nothing has come out on it yet that's caught my attention. Breath of the Wild is really good, but as I already have a Wii U and that game's available on the Wii U, I just bought the Wii U version. I have heard tell that Phantasy Star Online 2 is going to be on Switch, only in Japan so far. So if that gets announced to come to the West on the Switch, and I see that it actually comes out in the West on the Switch, I will buy a Switch. I am a huge Phantasy Star Online fan, and I've been waiting and waiting and waiting for Sega to finally bring PSO2 to the West like they promised back in 2012. And it has not happened. Hey, Kuro, welcome to the show. Welcome to the stream. Just doing a little AMA here. But yeah, so if we get PSO2 in the West, and I actually see it, it can't just get announced. It has to actually come out. But if it actually comes out here, I will buy a Switch for that. I am really picky with my games. I blame my father for this, but not in a bad way. He was a very critical person. He was a journalist, and not like, oh, fake news journalist. He was a real journalist. He didn't take sides in journalism. He cared about the truth, and he was very critical of things. He even, after his retirement, he ran a website where he did critiques of other journalists, reporters, news anchors, stuff like that. So that's kind of rubbed off on me. So that's kind of led me to be very critical about games and very picky about games. Like I said, nothing on the Switch has caught my attention. So we'll see what happens. You know, even if PSO2 doesn't come out, maybe something else will come out that'll just be awesome. And I'll decide I can't live without it, and I'll buy a Switch. So yeah, those are... Sorry, kind of went off on a little tangent about the Switch there, didn't I? But yeah, those are my modern consoles. Just PS3, PS4, Wii U, Wii, if you count that. I own mostly older systems, retro systems. So that's the stuff I grew up on. I am almost 40 years old. And my lenses don't look it, but my glasses are kind of rose-colored. And I live for nostalgic gaming. So that's more my bread and butter. That's not to say I won't play more modern stuff, though. I've done Dark Souls 3 on stream before, and some Bloodborne. Bloodborne's fun to watch me play because I tend to panic a lot. So next question. Also, I hope everybody is able to stay warm this time of year, because I don't know where you guys are at. It is freezing where I'm at. It's not even snowing. It's just really cold here. I should probably put a sweatshirt on or something, because I'm kind of cold. Actually, maybe it's not plugged in. I'll plug it in later. I have a little space heater. I've heard Mario Odyssey is really, really good. I'm not really a fan of... okay, Pennsylvania, so it's probably pretty cold out there, too. I'm not really a fan... I don't hate Mario games. I'm just not really... I'm not really a fan of them. Not really a huge fan of racers, either, although I've heard Mario Kart 8 is pretty good, too. I've seen gameplay of Odyssey. It looks good. Looks good. It's just not my thing. I mean, I'll pick up a Mario game and play it. I don't usually go out of my way to buy one. Although I did buy Super Mario 3D World to play with my son, and that was a load of fun. I really enjoyed that. I think part of the reason I enjoyed it, though, is because it's multiplayer and co-op. I like multiplayer co-op things, and well, not really half, but a lot of times I'll pick up a game just to have something to play with my kiddo together, which I don't do enough of. I really need to do that more often. But I'm glad you're liking the Switch. It does look like a good system. So yeah, more questions. Throw me your questions. Bring me your questions. I don't know why I'm doing that accent, but bring them to me. Bring me your questions. I will answer them. Oh yeah, it does have co-op. One player can be the hat, right? That kind of seems like it's like what was it, Mario Galaxy, where the other player can just kind of wave the Wiimote around and just pick up the star bits. Like, is it more... Is the co-op in Mario Odyssey a little more interactive for the other player? Or is it just... I mean, it seems like it might be, since you'd be using the other little Joy-Con thing. So it seems like you might have a little more to do as the second player. Since I'm sitting back here. I narrate my life a lot. I don't know if that's cool or sad. I did see the new Star Wars movie. I saw it earlier this week. Took the kiddo. I heard a lot of people. It seemed to have like a big divide. Either you didn't like it or you liked it. I liked it a lot. I liked it a lot. My son liked it a lot. I know people got complaints about it. Even Mark Hamill himself, Luke Skywalker, was not thrilled with things, and I can understand why. But I gotta say, it's really cool that even though he didn't like what was happening with the character and with the story, he's got a certain level of professionalism where I don't like this, but I'm gonna give it my best performance, and he did that, and that is awesome. I love Mark Hamill for that. He is an awesome guy. I would love to meet the guy in person someday. But yeah, I liked the movie a lot. I mean, there's still things I don't like about the newer movies in general, and that's just the fact that Disney kind of like, because Star Wars, it's got this huge amount of lore, like not just from the movies, but you got comic books and games and novels, and there's just this wealth of lore that's just been built upon. And Disney kind of took it and said, "Oh, yeah, you know, like here's all the lore. Here's all the lore. You know, fine print, very small lettering. But they took all the lore and they're like, oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah, wow, man, there's a lot here. So yeah, we're just gonna do our own thing now, and that kind of bugged me, because that's a lot of lore to just disregard. I mean, they're not disregarding stuff from the movies, but like just taking the books and the movies, or the books and the comics and the video games, and just kind of just tossing it out the window and being like, we're gonna do our own thing. And like, I can understand kind of wanting to make it their own, but you shouldn't just like toss everything out the window. And I mean, they're not completely. They did bring in Grand Admiral Thrawn, who's in the Rebels TV show. So that's cool, but like they kind of well, not really mess things up, but they basically made it so one of my favorite expanded universe characters, Kyle Katarn, he's not there anymore, and there's no way for him to really come in. Kyle Katarn first appeared in the video game Dark Forces. He was a mercenary hired by the Rebel Alliance to get the Death Star plans to them. And we can't do that anymore because of Rogue One. I actually intended to go see Rogue One and just pretend that Cassian Andor was really Kyle Katarn. But it didn't really work too well. And you can't, later Kyle Katarn becomes a Jedi, and he's part of Luke's new Jedi Order, and well, we can't do that anymore because Kylo Ren kind of killed all the new Jedi Order, and there is no Jedi Order anymore. So yeah, there's no way to fit that character in anymore. When they were first releasing information for The Force Awakens, I really thought, oh, okay, so that guy's going to be Jason Solo, and she's going to be Jaina Solo, and then we got more information on the movie, and it's like, no, he's Kylo Ren, and her name is Rey, and I'm like, they really are getting rid of all this, and I was sad about that. That said, I'm enjoying what they're doing with the movies now. It is sad that they took all that lore and threw it out the window, but they're making new lore and a new story they're adding to it in their own way, and I'm finding it enjoyable. I don't know what you guys think of it, but that's my opinion on it. I'm not going to say my opinion is right or wrong. I'm not going to tell you your opinion is right or wrong. It's just an opinion. It's not fact. That's the way I look at it. But long story short, I enjoyed it. I liked it a lot. So, and now we'll have awkward silence. So what did you guys think of it? Anyone watching who saw it, what did you guys think of the new movie? I should probably call this an Ask Each Other Anything, because I'm going to ask you guys questions back. Ooh, excuse me, I'm a little bit tired. Just got off work like almost an hour ago. So it's been a long, slow day. Whew. Yeah, there were definitely some funny parts in there. What do you have a part you enjoyed the most, that made you laugh the most, or just that you just liked in general? For me, it's I don't know. I didn't really have a part that I liked them. Well, no. Okay, so anyone watching, if you haven't seen the new movie yet, I try to avoid spoilers, but in this case, I'm not gonna, since we're talking about it. I enjoyed seeing Puppet Yoda again. I enjoyed that, and then also, I mean, there was a few parts I enjoyed. Puppet Yoda, at the beginning when Poe Dameron's making fun of General Hux. I got a huge kick out of that. When Rey hands Luke the Skywalker lightsaber and he just kind of looks at it and chucks it off to the side. Thought that was amusing. I don't think that was necessarily meant to be a funny part, but I enjoyed it. And just on a side note, has anybody here seen Grandma's Boy? If you have, am I the only one who's reminded of the character JP whenever I see General Hux? To me, Hux is the Star Wars version of JP from Grandma's Boy. I just expect him to start doing a robot voice and wanting to get robot legs. And if you haven't seen Grandma's Boy, if you like stupid bong humor and video game humor, well, it's not really video game humor. It's mostly just weed humor, but it's pretty funny. I think it's pretty funny. So if you haven't seen it, go watch it, and then you might see what I'm talking about when I compare JP and Hux. Yeah, that was a good part. I liked that too. It was a nice little nod to a younger Han Solo and Luke Skywalker. That was kind of in a sense kind of coming full circle there. That was neat. It's just I think it's interesting because Luke has just kind of become he's changed, you know. He's I mean, it's been 30 years since in the universe, it's been like 30 years since the Battle of Endor, and you can just see how much Luke's personality has changed, you know. And maybe Luke Skywalker's right. Maybe he wouldn't necessarily be like this, but I mean, with that amount of time passing and with everything that's happening, I can see Luke maybe becoming a little jaded and kind of having a change in personality. What I'll be really interested to see in Episode 9 is Rey's lightsaber. I don't know if she's going to just repair the Skywalker lightsaber, or if she's going to use those parts to make her own lightsaber. It'll be interesting to see what they come up with for her. I'm kind of hoping, and I was talking with a friend about this, I'm kind of hoping that she ends up with like maybe a saber staff. Just because, I mean, she's got that quarterstaff and she's very skilled with it. And it kind of looked, and I noticed this more with the fight between her and Ben against the Praetorian Guard. Her fighting with the lightsaber seemed a little awkward. And I'm not attributing that to the acting or the directing for that scene. I'm attributing that to more she's not trained or really skilled in lightsaber combat. She's skilled with her quarterstaff. A quarterstaff is a very different weapon from a sword. Yeah, she was able to adapt some of those skills to using a lightsaber, but it's when the day is over, they're two different weapons. So I would like to see them have Rey build herself a saber staff using the parts from the Skywalker saber, or maybe she's just find some of her own parts. But I would like to see her have that, just so she's built her own lightsaber, but it's also in a form that she's comfortable with. A lightsaber pike could work too, because I think that's similar enough to a staff. It could work. Yeah, something like that. Something. I mean, because why should Darth Maul be the only one who gets a saber staff in the movies, right? Maybe make hers a little different. Maybe with a longer handle and shorter blades. Do I collect any of the handhelds? I do. I have. So, when I buy stuff, sometimes I get it for myself, sometimes I get it for my son. Together, we have a Game Boy, like the original gray brick Game Boy. We have 2 Game Boy Colors. He's got a yellow one, I've got a purple one. This was actually my original purple one. He and I both have Nintendo DS Lites. And then I've got a... I don't have it in my room. I've got... I have a 3DS XL. I don't have a new 3DS XL. I have a 3DS XL. It's the one with the Nintendo... the NES controller on it. So I've got that. I don't have a Game Boy Advance, but I don't really feel like I need a Game Boy Advance because I've got the DS Lite. I was thinking about getting my son a 2DS, or maybe a new 2DS. Actually, I think I could still find the old 2DSs, and those are going to be a bit cheaper, but he's got to earn it first. But yeah, I do handhelds. I don't stream... Well, no, that's not true. I don't stream DS or 3DS games because I don't have a capture card for either one of those. I do Game Boy Advance games and Game Boy games because I have a Game Boy player for my GameCube, and I do have a Super Game Boy adapter for my Super Nintendo. Darth Maul has a reason for his... Well, what was the reason for Darth Maul's staff-like weapon, Kuro? Because I always figured that was just because Ray Park. I don't know if that was... Because I know people have tried to say, oh, the saber staff, that's a Sith weapon, but I don't think so, because Knights of the Old Republic, you could get a saber staff. And also, Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy, you could get a saber staff. So I don't think it's the oh, it's a Sith weapon reason. If you're... Oh yeah, he is a master of combat. He's Ray Park. He was also the Headless Horseman. And he was also Rugal in the King of Fighters live-action movie. God, that movie was horrible. Yeah, no, I can... That's a good reason. Master of all the weapon fighting techniques. That makes sense. James, if you're wondering if I'm looking to buy any consoles right now or any handhelds, I'm not. I live in a very tiny apartment and I don't really have room right now for more stuff. I also don't really have the money to buy anything else right now, so I've been trying to force myself to stay out of the thrift shops as well. But if you're not, how do you like the 3DS XL? Or the new 3DS XL? And did you do the little C-stick change out where you change it to a PSP thumbstick? Because that looks like it would work better than the laptop style nub. I really don't need a 3DS XL. I bought a Circle Pad Pro, which definitely adds some bulk to the 3DS, and I made a little modification to it. I super glued a straw onto the end, covered in black tape, so I could put the stylus on there, so I could still get the stylus out with the Circle Pad on there. You know, I'm gonna take my headphones off. I don't need these on. There's no sound. I'm gonna put this on really quick because I am freezing. Sorry. Get a last look. No more Deadpool shirt. Okay. Yeah, it is. This apartment gets really freaking cold. Like, even if I have everything running in my room, it still gets really cold in here. Well, that's good. Yeah, I haven't really heard any complaints about the 3DS XL, or the new 3DS XL, rather. It's just, when that came out, I already had my regular 3DS XL. So I didn't really... I mean, I didn't even buy this 3D XL. It was a gift from a friend who didn't even... They just got it for me. Like, I didn't even really ask for it. They just got it for me. And that was really cool of them. But yeah, by the time I got that, the new 3DS and 3DS XL were just coming out. So I didn't really feel the need to, like, go and get one of those, because my 3DS works just fine. And I have a Circle Pad Pro. It'd be nice if the Circle Pad Pro worked with more games, though. But, I mean, it is what it is. And that's fine. I only really got it for Monster Hunter anyway. So, is there any games coming out that you guys are excited about? So I think I already mentioned earlier, Monster Hunter World. I'm definitely looking forward to. We're going to be doing streams of that over on the Raven's Nest Entertainment channel. The Secret of Mana remake, I'm really excited about that. Bloodstained Ritual of the Night whenever that comes out. It's supposed to be 2018. But yeah, Monster Hunter World looks really good. I know the beta's going on again this weekend. I'm not really going to play the beta this weekend. I mean, when it came out a couple of weeks ago, I already beat all the monsters. I mean, I guess I could play it more just to practice, but I'll wait till the game comes out. I got other stuff to do in the meantime. Like this. But yeah, excited about Monster Hunter. It'll be nice to be able to play it on the console. I missed out on the original Monster Hunter on PS2. Oh, they did. So is that a separate? Is that bird a separate quest, or is that just an extra monster that can appear during one of the regular quests? Because if they added that as a separate quest, I'll go in and hunt that. But yeah, no, oh, it's a chance encounter. Okay, see, if it's just a chance encounter and you don't get anything for doing it, I'm not going to worry about it. I am a fan of the Mega Man. I've heard about Mega Man 11. I forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to Mega Man 11. I'll get that when it comes out. Yeah. I didn't... Wait, no, I did play 10. I did play 10. It was 9 I didn't play. I didn't play 8. I didn't play 9. Ooh, excuse me. I didn't play 8, didn't play 9. I played 10. I didn't beat 10, but I played 10. I got to Dr. Wily's castle. On easy mode. I played 7. I didn't beat 7. I have beaten all of the NES ones though. So 1 through 6, I've beaten those. I first found out about Mega Man when 3 came out. My friend Tim had that. That's actually one of my favorite Mega Man games. I would also consider it one of the easiest Mega Man games. Aside from the Needleman Doc Robot stage. That stage can suck a fat one. The first one I owned was 2 though, and then I also had 5 back then. I only have Mega Man 2 right now. I've got a couple of the Mega Man X games though. Dragon Ball Fighters. I'm not a Dragon Ball fan. Do not care for Dragon Ball at all. People in my hallway are loud. God damn, I can hear them through my headphones. I think that's my neighbor coming home. But yeah, not a Dragon Ball fan. Do not care for it. Not really a fighting game fan in general. I mean, I do like Samurai Showdown. I do like King of Fighters. Art of Fighting, Fatal Fury. I don't go out of my way to get fighting games though. Not really into them. It's just not. I don't hate them. It's just not my thing. I'm more of an RPG or a side-scrolling platformer kind of person, like Mega Man and Final Fantasy. I like Final Fantasy. I like about half the games. Yeah, but I mean, like if I'm at a friend's house, which never happens anymore, but I mean if I'm at a friend's house and we're hanging out and they're like, "Hey, let's play Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat or whatever," I'll play it just to have something to do with my friend. I'm not the first one to suggest it though. Just not really a fan of them. So I'm more of an RPG. I like FPS games. So I'm picky with my FPS games. Not into the Modern Warfare, Call of Duty shoot 'em man. I like Borderlands 2, which is a good thing because we've been playing that for like the last couple months on Raven's Nest. Half-Life, stuff like that. Well, right on. Well, you know what? That would be awesome, Kuro. I would love to hang out with you. I would love to hang out with any of you. When you get to be my age and you live in a new town and don't know anybody, your choices for hanging out with people are kind of low. I might look into Warframe. Well, you guys play Warframe on PC though. I don't know if my PC can run War. No, let me look that up. Let me see if I can run Warframe. Because I have a friend at work who also plays Warframe, and it looks interesting. Platformers and RPGs are fun. What is RPGs? What is your favorite one? Anybody who's watching, just tell me your favorite RPG if you like RPGs. And I'm going to look up and see if I can run Warframe. Well, my computer's really good. My concern was the video. Oh, okay. My video card does meet the requirements for Warframe, so my drivers are 9 months out of date, so I guess I need to update that. But I can run it. So I'll look into Warframe. So I guess I should go on Steam and see if I can see how much is that gonna cost. So well, that's running. Favorite RPG, favorite any game. What's your favorite game of all time? Mine is Final Fantasy VI. It's my favorite RPG, my favorite Final Fantasy game, and my favorite game of all time. Anyone who knows me knows that I will go on at great lengths about how much I love Final Fantasy VI and hate Final Fantasy VII. You know, I've never played Golden Sun. I've heard it's really good. I might have to look into that. I have heard Golden Sun is really, really good. I've just never... It kind of, from what I've seen of Golden Sun, it kind of looks, and maybe I'm wrong on this, it kind of looks a little bit like, or at least it reminds me of Lufia, the Lufia games. Let's see. Warframe. Free to play. Free to play is good. I like free to play. Ooh. Oh, wait. Oh. Warframe is completely free. Oh, and there's content packs, which are on sale right now. For 50%. So, any Warframe players, if you don't have any of the content packs, they're 50% off on Steam right now. So, yeah, maybe I will I'm gonna add this to my wish list and download this later. Actually, I could start the download now and just stop Steam. So I'm probably gonna stream a game in a little bit. Hour and 50 minutes to download. That's not bad. Yeah, I probably won't pay for stuff. I'll farm it. I've heard Final Fantasy Tactics is really good. I've got a friend who is my friend Justin. He is really a big fan of Tactics. Actually, my friend James at work. I know a lot of Jameses. It's weird. My name is James. My friend James at work is also a big fan of Tactics. he really likes the job system and tactics, which the way he described it is a lot like the job system in Final Fantasy V. Yeah, mine, as I said, is Final Fantasy VI. Again, opinion. I personally think that is the best Final Fantasy game. People will disagree with me, and they're wrong. No, I'm just kidding. It's all opinion. It's subject to point of view. Yeah, 6. And maybe a lot of it is also nostalgia for me too. I'm not really a big fan of any Final Fantasy games after 6. Although I have a love-hate relationship with 8. I might go into that another time, or tonight if anyone asks me about it. That said, I do enjoy 8 more than 7. But yeah, the NES and Super NES Final Fantasies are more my thing. I started with Final Fantasy 1, and then I actually bought Mystic Quest when I first got my Super Nintendo, which I like. I think Mystic Quest is a fun game. And then I bought 6 when that came out, and I enjoyed the hell out of 4. So I've played and beaten 2, the real 2, on Game Boy Advance. That was painful. If you've ever played the original Final Fantasy II, not Final Fantasy IV, but Final Fantasy II, that leveling system does not work for that kind of game. So, but I've heard they've refined that system when they did the Saga series. But yeah. And because I hate myself, there's a website I go to sometimes, Flashback Entertainment. They sell reproduction cartridges. They won't sell anything that was ever released over here. They'll sell reproductions of stuff that never got released over here, and they'll also sell ROM hacks on reproduction cartridges. And this morning I went on there and I bought a translated reproduction cartridge of the original Final Fantasy II, because I hate myself. I will probably never play it. I basically just bought it to have it, which in the grand scheme of things is pretty dumb because you can't take it with you. But I don't know. I like the story for 2, but the leveling in that game just hurts. It's really bad. If you've never played it, it's a skill up based system. That's kind of the best way I can describe it. But it's similar to what they have in like the Elder Scrolls games. That's one example I can think of, where you get better at doing things. You get better at doing things by doing them. You want to be good at lockpicks? Well, lockpick a lot, and then you'll start getting skill ups. Final Fantasy II expands on this by you get better at everything by doing everything. You want more hit points? Let enemies beat the shit out of you, and don't heal before the battle is over. Because if you heal, you lose all that progress. If you want to get better at magic, cast your magic. If you want to get better magic defense, get hit by magic. If you want to get better with swords, use swords a lot, so on and so forth. There was a Korean MMO called Hellbreath that did things this way as well. But with that kind of game, I feel like that kind of system works better. So, for a JRPG like a Final Fantasy game, I don't think that system works very well. Pokemon Brown, which is it? So what did they change? What did they ROM hack in Brown to make it different than Red? I kind of feel like there might be a lot of poop humor just because it's the color brown, but I am probably wrong about that. But I do like the Pokemans, so I started on Pokemon Blue, so I'm interested to know what got changed in Brown, or maybe it's like a UPS themed Pokemon. What can Brown do for you? Is Pokemon delivering packages? I'd play that. Stop Steam here. Finish that download later. And also, how do you guys feel about... Oh, it's a new region. Okay, that's cool. So, is it just the same Pokemon that are in Red, just a new area to explore instead? I mean, I imagine it would be if it's hacking on the original Red. I don't know. How do you guys feel about ROM hacks of stuff? I own a ROM hack of Final Fantasy VI, which is hard as fuck. They not only gave actual classes to all the characters, but they really changed how a lot of the characters work. If anybody's played 6, the character Edgar, the guy who uses tools, they basically changed him into a Dragoon, and they replaced his tools with different Dragoon skills, which is really cool. But the game is just a lot harder. Things hit a lot harder, and I think are just a little out of your character's power level. So it's a fun little challenge if you like getting the shit beat out of your characters on games. What time is it? Yeah, I think maybe in a few minutes I'll probably bring an end to this. I've been going for about an hour, about 57 minutes, so yeah, I think in a few more minutes I'll call an end to this, and then in maybe 30 to 45 minutes or so I'll start streaming something up to the new Pokemon in Diamond and Pearl and Platinum. Oh, that's cool. So it's a ROM hack then of the Game Boy Advance version of Red. It's not or is it a hack of the Game Boy version? So that sounds kind of cool. I might actually have to check that out. I don't think Flashback does. I think they only do Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo, and Nintendo. But something to look into, I guess. So let me ask you guys this. I mean, it is Final Fantasy month. I'd like to continue with a Final Fantasy game. I can play Final Fantasy 1 and 3 for NES. Ooh, hack of the Game Boy version. So that definitely took some extra coding then if they're adding it in those extra Pokemon. So I've got 1 and 3 for NES. I've got 4, 5, and 6 for Super NES. I've been playing... Where is it? You know what? Yeah. You know, we'll take a break from Final Fantasy month tonight. Let's do some Dark Souls 3, Kuro. Sorry, I just outed your real name there. We'll do some Dark Souls 3 in a bit. I need to eat dinner first. I haven't eaten. I just kind of came home and just started doing this. I haven't eaten dinner at all. So yeah. So Kuro, go ahead. Do the tutorial stuff. I'll be on Facebook. I'll be on Discord too. Do the tutorial stuff. Let me know when you're ready to go to the High Wall of Lothric after you get to the Firelink Shrine. and we'll go from there. I'll stream Dark Souls 3 tonight. I'll stream us playing. So we're at the hour mark. Does anybody have any last questions before I go ahead and take my break here before the stream? Any questions at all? You can ask me about ducks. I don't know a whole lot about ducks, but I'll answer to the best of my ability. If you wish to ask me about ducks. What is my Discord? What is my Discord? Well, let me go ahead and actually hold on. I think I have it on the Facebook page. I'll give you, if you're interested, I'll give you the Facebook page as well. Do we have the Discord on here? Oh, we don't have the Discord listed on here. I should add that. So let me go ahead and get you the Discord name. So there's our Discord channel. What was the other thing I said I was going to give? The Facebook. So that's our Discord. And there's our Facebook. Go give us a like. You don't have to. No pressure. But yeah, there's our stuff. That's our Raven's Nest Entertainment Facebook. And then the Discord is our Raven's Nest Entertainment Discord channel. So yeah, hop on, say hi. Oh, looking at Discord, one of our other, my co-host Cody is on there. He's in the AFK channel. I don't know why he's there. He's at work right now, so I don't even know why he's on Discord at all. But I'll be on Discord. I'm on, but I'm not on. Like I said, I'm going to take a break and have dinner. But yeah, hop on and yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and end the AMA here, and probably about maybe half an hour, tune in back here, and we'll be playing some Dark Souls 3. Yeah, Will, he's at work right now. I don't know what time he's off. Actually, I'll shoot him a message on Facebook and see. I don't know when he's going to answer me, but he's not playing Borderlands 2. He's probably just sitting in the menus. Like, he was in there early. I went on there at lunch, and he was just sitting in the menus. I think he just leaves Steam running. I don't know why he leaves the game running. Okay, so Cody's off in a couple of hours. Yeah. Cody just told me to continue doing the AMA, but I'm hungry. I'm going to make myself some dinner and eat. And yeah, like I said, in about half an hour or so, we'll be doing some Dark Souls 3, me and Kuro. So, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in a little while back here. And I'll have the chat going when I'm streaming as well. So, see you guys later.